absolute fucking cinema, bro.
It happened. I never thought it would happen again, but it's happened.
Dude, when they announced it, I was like, look, okay, all right, you know what? Let's start with our bona fides. Let's start with our bona fides.
Okay, let's also start with A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. The first 5 episodes is what we're talking about, just to clarify.
No backstory, no explanation.
It's just great. Like,
okay, well, first off, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it right now. Like, genuinely go and watch it right now.
Catch up before the last episode.
They're like 30-minute episodes. It is a breeze of a watch. It's so fun. Go watch it.
Yeah. Like, and I want to specify, the fun is the really important part of that sentence. Yeah. This show is very emotional and very cool, but it is like genuinely super funny.
Yeah.
The filmmaking and the choices they make are really fun. The pairing, like the duo in this is fun. Yep. It's a fun show. It's so weird. Like, it's as close as Game of Thrones can get to like hopecore in a way that it's not quite hopecore in its truest sense, but it is close. And it is as close as Game of Thrones will get.
That Game of Thrones can get to like fun. Like,
yeah, it's
like there's very
jaw-droppingly
little fun in the show. Like,
yeah,
there's like fun in like the first episode, I think.
Yeah, dude,
I don't know, man. It ends with Bran getting kicked out of a fucking window for watching a brother and sister fuck.
Yeah. Dark stuff goes on in Game of Thrones, but dark stuff still goes on in this show. It's still pretty heavy, but it is like, there's just like an air, like a lightness to it that I really like. Like, it's colorful. It's a lot more colorful than House of the Dragon is, at least, which I think you and I both stopped watching.
Yeah. Okay. Bona fides.
Yeah.
You go first. My resume is more decorated.
It is. I was literally going to point that out. I was like, I got into Game of Thrones. I think you are into Game of Thrones, at least like proper.
Yeah.
I knew about it in high school, but didn't ever have HBO, so I didn't watch it. So when I moved for college and like didn't know anybody, I would go up to my aunt's house after work and after school and stuff and just binge Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And got really into it for a long time. So I caught up when season 7 was like just almost over. Like, I caught up week to week with the last like 3 episodes of season 7.
Yeah.
So like, I wasn't as susceptible to like the season 7 is bad, which like it is, but like I was able to like, I was still on the hype train about it. Like, I didn't, you know what I mean? I was binging. So all that stuff. I really love Game of Thrones. Yeah. All of the things people say about the last 2 seasons are true. It is frustrating and painful. I think there's like good stuff to be had in those seasons. Specifically, episode 2 of season 8, I think, is like really good.
Yeah.
Where they're all just sitting around talking. Like, I think that's like really a good episode of Game of Thrones.
That's the last good episode.
Yeah. After that, it's like really well directed stuff sometimes. Like, so I'm specifically talking about like the King's Landing episode. Like, the directing in that episode, it looks spectacular.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah.
It's just garbage that's going on.
Yeah.
Like, and it's all really clear what is happening from a like visual language standpoint.
Yeah,
I know where everyone is in relation to each other. I know the scale of the destruct. Like, that's what I mean by good directing. It's like it's handled very deftly for an episode that has a terrible plot and makes no sense and whatever.
That is the worst, and I hate it.
Yeah, but Game of Thrones like grips you and runs with you, but I have not read the books. I only watched season 1 of House of the Dragon and did not love it. So I've really fallen off on my Game of Thrones. I am much more of a Lord of the Rings person. That's way more my bag than Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Game of Thrones, and I was similarly not particularly excited about this coming out. I was not negative on it, I don't think, but I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
And I didn't start watching week to week until episode 4 was out, and then I just binged through episode 4 and thought it was awesome.
I literally texted you while you were watching.
Yeah, I was in the middle of episode 4 or just starting episode 4, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my Game of Thrones resume.
I had dinner with a couple of nerds the other night, and we were just kind of going around the table talking about like what our biggest fandom was. Like the people I was sitting with, like his biggest fandom was like Fallout. Like that's his big obsession.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is mine? Like out loud, like, what is mine? And Megan was like, Game of Thrones. And I was like, oh, it's Game of Thrones. Like, it's Game of Thrones.
Can I throw out an alternate for you just before? Alien.
Yeah, that is also very true.
Yeah.
I have spent more time.
That is true. Yeah, I've watched YouTube with you and seen your YouTube algorithm. A lot of Game of Thrones stuff on there.
A lot of Song of Ice and Fire stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like, look, this shelf right here, these two actually are specifically devoted to Alien and Blade Runner. So,
yeah,
yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, like, the funny thing is, I haven't even seen all the Alien movies. So
that's true. I forgot you hadn't seen 3 and 4.
Can I really even say that? You know what I mean?
We got to get Dylan on.
We gotta
and do 3 and 4.
I agree. I haven't read every single book. Like, I haven't read like the 2 or 3 world books there are. Like A World of Ice and Fire, or I have not read Fire and Blood. I started it and then I just didn't finish it. I've read all of the Duncan Egg novellas. I've read all of the mainline books. I'm into this shit. I have watched countless hours of theory videos, and I've rewatched Game of Thrones a couple of times at this point. I've seen seasons 1 through 4 probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I'm very, 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 very into Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire. And so, similar to you, when they announced, I was so disillusioned with the end of Game of Thrones, the series. Yeah. And I was so disillusioned with the first season of House of the Dragon. I also have not seen the second season of House of the Dragon because I've universally heard it kind of sucks.
Yeah. It sucks so bad, I think George R.R. Martin is not involved with it anymore.
Oh, he has a actively bad relationship with the showrunners. Yeah. He has said if they continue on with the decisions that they want to make, it is no longer his series. Like, it is not his story. And I'm like...
Which is a lot. That's a lot.
Which is a lot, especially with his relationship with D&D apparently being fine.
Yeah.
Like, he was confused with the reaction to the ending of Game of Thrones. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
So when I heard the news that they were making a Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I had mixed feelings about it, but overall I was like, whatever. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine. I think that here's my issue that I have with Game of Thrones as well as A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is George is not finished with the series. He will never be finished with the series. And so starting it off and only having, I mean, like, look, the Game of Thrones show had 5 books worth of material to get through before they moved past him. And I think the 5th book either came out the year before or the same year that season 1 of Game of Thrones came out. So there was optimism that he would keep writing while he was working on the series. That did not happen, and we're still waiting on book 6. Book 6 is never going to come out. I'm officially...
and he's recently... You heard the recent stuff on him talking about it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he does not want anyone to finish it. If he does not finish it, it remains unfinished, which I think is crazy. Like,
I think... I have a lot of feelings about it. Well, maybe this could be like a B.5 segment on the future of Game of Thrones, because we could talk about this for 5 hours.
We could, yeah.
But knowing that they only have 3 short books to go off of, made me a little concerned. That being said, I do love the Duncan Egg novellas. Like, they are so much smaller and sweeter and less huge. Like, they obviously they have a lot of connections to the overarching story. I mean, like, with knowing that Egg is royalty in some way. Obviously he's a Targaryen. He has connections to kind of the overarching series as a whole. So, like, it is so much smaller. It has connections. It is important, but like
the stakes are little itty bitty.
Yeah, they feel, but the thing that I think this show does so incredibly well is it captures the tone of the books incredibly well, and because they are just like much more lighthearted and fun, and just like you said, like the stakes are so much lower. They're not nothing. The stakes are important, but
they have implications down the line.
Yes.
But they're not.
Or they have implications, the life and death of these characters that we've come to really like.
Yeah. Yes.
But, not world-ending nuclear dragon level, level stakes.
And it's fun to exist in a era of Game of Thrones where there are just no dragons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I actually really like that.
Yes.
Because like we've seen House of the Dragon now where there just are dragons. Like there's less maybe, but there are dragons. And then we've seen Game of Thrones where dragons reemerge. So it's like nice to exist in this middle space where the Targaryens feel at a weird point in history. And I really like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, they're not a nuclear power. They're just politicians at this point. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they have to. And like that is so much a part of this story of Baelor and Maekar and Aerion and is like they have to exude that they are still this nuclear power when in fact they're just not anymore. They're just like everyone else. They're just the ones in control, but they might not necessarily be the most powerful house at this point, but they have to exude that they are. So that goes into Aerion's character of him like thinking he is a dragon in human form and like to a puppet show of a dragon getting slain is a slight on not only his house but him specifically. So like I think it captures I completely agree with what you said. Like it captures such an interesting section in the storyline, and what we know, if you know anything about the grandeur, I'm not gonna, maybe we'll get into spoilery kind of stuff for the future of these characters a little later if that's something that you may be interested in or you think the people might be interested in. These characters do become more important to the overall world in the future, but it is such an interesting slice of time, just like you said, like this dragonless era where it's just people politicking,
Yeah.
Everyday people, and
then your protagonist in the middle of it who absolutely is not. You know what I mean? Who's just trying to do what the idealistic version of what a knight is.
Yes.
It's like, I love that.
Yeah.
It's like kind of just it's a Superman-esque storyline about a guy just trying to be nice. And I'm super into that conceptually. Yeah. It's why the end of episode 4 made me like levitate out of my chair.
I literally just got chills thinking about it. You just saying it gave me chills.
It's so good. And holding the choice to hold the full Game of Thrones score piece, because they tease it, and this is okay, so I want to talk about this first.
Yes.
The opening scene of the show is him burying his knight who did
Sir Arlen.
Yeah, Sir Arlen, who did not knight him, which is also something I like.
Well, I think the show leans into this heavier than the books does. But but it is supposed to be a question. Like, we're not even really sure. You're not supposed to be sure that he didn't.
Okay.
You don't think that he did, but he may have.
Yeah. Well, see, and I like either versions of that, but I there's something about the idea of the one actually good knight, just as a character who is built this on just a lie, just
the one true knight is not a knight.
Yeah, I exactly. What I love the metaphor of that, right?
Yeah.
Like, what did I watch? Oh, I watched Mike Birbiglia's newest special. What's the name of that one? The Good Life.
Oh, I haven't watched it.
Oh, you have. Anyway, a big theme in it is just like small actions you do in life and how close that makes you feel to people. It's like a big thematic thing he does in it. And that's how I feel about this. Is he's just like, he's a guy. the heroes, the legends, especially in the Game of Thrones universe, are very rarely good people.
Yes.
And very rarely have good things happen to them.
Yeah.
Like, you look at Ned. Ned was that same way. He was the most honorable man in Westeros, but he lied about one really specific thing. Two really specific things, honestly. That he beat the what is the guy, the greatest swordsman? Who's that?
Arthur Dane.
Yeah, that he beat him, which he didn't. At least in the Game of Thrones show canon.
Yeah.
I don't know about the books, but he didn't actually beat him. And then the Jon stuff he lied about.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, look what happened to Ned. So that kind of stuff I think is really fascinating when you take like the good character, but they're built on one really big thing that makes it all false in a sense, but that doesn't make them... He's an actual hero, and I like that.
Yeah.
It's a big rambly way to say it. But anyway, what I was saying about the beginning is it opens with this burial and him trying to decide what to do.
Yeah.
And, he's like, oh, there's a turn. He realized he could go to King's Landing and be a part of the Night Watch or whatever. But he's like, oh, there's something coming up and who says I'm not a knight kind of a moment. And then immediately the Game of Thrones music kind of peeks itself in and the cuts
holds the sword in his hand. He's like, maybe I could be a knight.
Yeah. And then he's shitting behind a tree and they show his butt sticking out and the poop coming out. And it's like, that is the best way to immediately go, I know what this show is going to be. The show employs like sitcom cutaways in a way that's fantastic.
Yeah. I think I have like 10% mixed feelings on the fact that like the first 3 episodes are way funnier than the next 2. Like there is very little, if any, jokes at all in episodes 4 and 5. Like there's a couple of funny bits in 4. There ain't nothing funny in 5.
But I think 5 sets the stage, or 4 sets the stage for 5 to not be funny.
Oh,
I think the fader is working quite well, but I do agree with you that like there is a part of you that's like, did this fully... I don't know.
It's that thing of like, to a much lesser extent of a movie that has a voiceover and forgets it has a voiceover halfway through to the last 5 minutes. And it's not that. It isn't that. I think it like the kind of sitcom timing cutaways are at like 50% in the first episode, like 40% in the second episode, 20% in the third episode, 5 in the fourth, and then there's absolute 0. So it's like it tailors it off, like it isn't like a hard cut out of nowhere. It's like, oh, what the fuck is this show? This is a different show. Again, like even in the first episode, it has its heavy. I mean, it literally opens on him in the rain burying, this old man. So it's like it starts pretty heavy, but then like it has so much more ability for lightness and humor and the common folk and like just like seeing what it's like to be an everyday person in this world. Like it's like we always talk about that with like sci-fi and fantasy worlds. It's like what would it have been like to be, I mean, like that was like a big Star Wars thing for a long time where it's like, I'm sick of Skywalkers. What would it be like to be anyone else, any other, just a normal person in this world? And we got that and like Andor to a certain extent and things like that. But like, this is like just people, man. Again, we're tied into the grander world and the grander future, but like, it isn't what that's like about. It's like, what is it like to be a good person in this world when you are surrounded by bad people? Yeah.
Yeah, what's it like to have ideals and morals and like forced to play against people who don't and can get away with it easily? Fantastic. How do you feel about the format of the show? The number of episodes and the length of the episodes. This has been a big debate amongst a lot of people.
Fine with it. Fine with it.
I am too. I did not know if I would be, but then you watch it and you're like, okay, so it reminds me of Barry. Because Barry's like 8 episodes and they're like 30, maybe 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it works so like, but the thing that you have to do when you format a show like that is you have to make 2 minutes feel like 20.
Yeah.
Because like it got to the point with Barry that like they would have like the series finale was 2 minutes longer than the penultimate episode. right? Like 2 minutes, and everyone was like, wow, they're going to fit 2 whole storylines in. Because it felt like they were that economic about that show.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of feel about this. Like, I feel like I immediately feel for Dunk so quickly.
Yes.
Right? Like, it does not take long for me to be like, oh, I'm going to root for this guy forever. Like,
all an egg is the
nice
same way. To his horses, and you're like, this guy rules.
When he has to sell that horse, and he like pays for him to have oats that night, and all like that kind of thing. I'm like, this is the best. Like, I love this guy.
Yeah,
it's that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
where it's so economic and so surgical about how it makes you feel about these characters.
Yeah,
like how quickly you're entranced by Lionel Baratheon, where you're like, he's fun. I don't know if he's a good dude, but dude, when he knighted the squire, I was like, this is crazy. This is unbelievable. I'm gnawing at the bars of my enclosure. Like,
he is my he is my spirit chaos bisexual. I love him so much. I need him in a way that is biblical. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I to go back a little bit to talk about like the pacing and things. The funny thing is, like, I don't know what you would do different. Like, each episode is so specific and self-contained. It's like, I'm pretty sure they're like, it may not be exactly, but like each one is like a new day. Like, I'm pretty sure they start and end with, like, you know, the dawn of that morning and the dusk of that night.
Yeah, not 100%, but it is close. Yeah,
it's really, at least I think the first 3 episodes are the first 3 days.
Yeah,
and then I think that the timeline starts to shift slightly. So it's like we get a full day of activity. If you spread it out, you know, I wish they were longer episodes. It's like, then you'd have a lot of extra bullshit. Like, then, like,
that's what I said yesterday to my brother, because my brother wishes they were longer, and I was like, what would you really add?
Yeah,
like just fluff.
Look, they've already added. So to spin this in a slightly different direction, the accuracy to the books is incredible. Like, word for word passages almost across the board. They add some things and they change things here and there, but they are so close to the books, like in a way that is so pleasing and refreshing. And like, they changed some things and they changed some things for the better, and they add some things that never happen. So there's some moments between Dunk and Egg that aren't in the books that are like great, sweet little moments of them like bonding as like brothers and like best friends. You know what I mean? Like, that just aren't in the books, that like really, again, humanizes that relationship even more. But like overall, like how close it keeps to the books, I think is laudable, because the books are great. Like, the books are great. Like, they're, again, like I absolutely love the series, specifically the Dunk and Egg novellas, the Night of the Seven Kingdoms novellas.
Hedge Knight or whatever. Yeah,
it's the Hedge Knight. I can never remember the second one. Yeah. And then the Mystery Knight is the third one. I can never freaking remember the title of the second one. Doesn't matter. If you haven't read them, go read them. If you like the show, go read the novellas. They're so good. But with that, like, if you want to extend those episodes, you'd have to either make it 4 episodes instead of 6, or you know what I mean? And then, like, I just don't know if the beats work and like, I think the fact that it is 30-minute episodes, like, also kind of leans into the tone too. Like, it feels more light and snackable than an hour long.
Lower stakes, lower, like, the world is not as broad. Like, we're strictly in a POV in this one. You know what I mean? There's not 20 characters we're bouncing around.
We haven't even outside of like a flashback, we have not even left Ashford.
Yeah.
Like,
well, not only that, it's like, has there been any privileged scenes, or is everything involved Dunk?
There is. I'm trying to remember what it is.
Because there's like a couple where he's like listening in on something.
Yeah.
But at least how I'm remembering it, there's like not a moment where we cut out of him knowing knowledge that he gets, because like that is something I found really intriguing about this episode 5's Battle of the Seven. Is that they lock you in one perspective outside of one moment, and that moment still involves Dunk. It just is. It's the only time they pull you away to anybody else. And it lasts 10 seconds. And we'll talk about that. But I Jen, please tell us in the comments where I cannot remember if there's.
I'm pretty sure there is. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's like one moment though. It's like I'm struggling to remember. I could sit here and try to ponder every moment.
Let's just rewatch the show in live time.
I will do it.
Yeah.
Literally, me and Meg watched episode 4, like the day it came out, because it came out a little early because of the Super Bowl. Yeah. And then like later in the week, we were like, "Do you just want to watch episode 4 again?" And she was like, "Bet your fucking ass, I do."
It really is that good.
It really is that fucking good. Like, the casting,
yes,
across the board, is phenomenal. Like it absolutely perfectly captures these characters, both as they're written on the page for the script and the way they're written for the books. Like, look, there's some visual differences, and like Maekar is a little older than he should be in the show than he is in the books. Things like that. But holy fuck, the casting is so good.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, putting this show on, let me make sure I get his name right. On Peter Clayfie's, Clayf, I think it's Clayfie. Peter Clayfie's shoulder. Dunk. Putting it on his shoulder. He's been in like 5 total things.
Yeah.
He's a rugby player. Like,
yeah.
And he's
I didn't know that. Of course he is. Of course he is.
Oh, yeah. You look at him. He's so good and so empathetic. And he, like, every look he has is 1,000 thoughts. Like, you know what I mean? He plays kind of like not intelligent in a way that I find really endearing and realistic, where he's clearly not stupid. He's just way in over his head, and he's not that much of like a high thinker guy. Yeah. Like, he's very emotionally intelligent, you know, and willing to stand up when he knows to, and when to back down when he knows to back down.
I mean, he has a 4-lane superhighway between his brain and his gut.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, everything is gut. Everything is gut.
But on top of that,
and he knows what's right and wrong.
Yeah. Dexter Soul Ansel, the kid. Have you seen the video of the interview of him?
Which one?
I can't remember which of the other actors it is. It's not the Dunk. It's somebody else. But they're doing a sit down interview in costume, and it's one of the BTS things. And he's like, "Oh, I was so nervous about swearing in front of this kid, and he's so young and he seems so innocent, but he was cool with it." And then hard cut to him going, "I hate swearing. I only do it because it's my job." And it's the funniest hard cut they could have done.
He is so good. He's cute.
Incredible.
He is so perfect. Again, they capture his like little kid swagger, because it's because the book starts and he is just this kid, just this, like, you think that he's this lowborn kid, but he has this like swagger and energy that is like not cool for a kid to talk this way. And if Dunk was any person other than Dunk, it would be bad. But because Dunk is so kind and sweet, he's just like, wow, you don't talk like a kid. And they capture that that part of his character, of the fact that like he is this highborn who like wants to be a knight. He just wants to be part of the fun, and like they capture that so well in that character, and then he's performed so well.
The scene when he's like training the horse.
Yeah.
You're like, this is the sweetest thing I've ever seen, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. He like has the sword and he's like just playing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. The other favorite scene of mine is when he comes and gets Dunk to help the traveling entertainers. And he just like runs in the desperation. That's hard for a kid to play.
Yeah. He's so
you know what
good.
I mean? Like, he does that, but then Dunk rolls in. I love that scene because it's like immediate. There's no hesitation. He just goes boots to chest on this guy, and beats the shit out of him. Like, that's kind of what I like. Do you watch any of the after the show interview
I don't think
things.
I watched the first one or two, and then I've watched every one since because I genuinely forgot they had those.
I did too until last night. But last night's I really liked because they talk about it where like that fight between him and whatever I'm so bad with names.
Aerion
Targaryen
or Aeron, I can't remember.
Yeah, whatever it is. The sadist Targaryen.
Yeah.
That fight between them is so interesting because
Aerion.
it's Dunk is clearly not as good of a fighter.
Yeah.
He's just big. And he's strong, and he doesn't hesitate when when he's able to. Like that punch he lands on him.
Yeah.
It's like there was zero hesitation in that move.
Yeah.
That fight has exactly one thing that I can't stand. That's not how swords work. You can't throw a sword like that.
Yeah.
I kind of detested that moment, but that's the only moment that I detested. Everything else I really liked. Armor worked mostly like armor works, which is cool.
Yeah.
And they're beating the shit out of each other in a way that like was a real problem for knights when armor like that was created. Like,
that fight's brutal in a way that like it isn't quite in the books. That fight is fucking brutal.
Great. Did you see The Last Duel with the Ridley Scott, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon?
No, I did not.
Adam Driver. I don't love that movie, but the titular Last Duel is really good, and it reminded me a lot of that.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's very just gruesome and really specific about when the hits land, and I really liked that. That fight is so interesting because of the POV thing.
Yeah,
where they're like, we're not going to show you all these other people. Everything else is going to be fog of war. You're getting just Dunk in his duel, and it's awesome.
I have like two tiny complaints about the show, and here is one. There's just a little too much fog in that. It's just a little too foggy.
And they talked about that, and that's a budget thing. He literally, I think the showrunner described it as he's like, we essentially have a quarter for every dollar of every other Game of Thrones thing ever made.
Yeah.
He's like, we have a fraction of the money.
I'm so okay with that. Holy shit.
Oh, dude.
Okay with that.
Give them like episode by episode bumps, not season bumps. Give them like, oh, you're doing a big fight this episode? Cool. Here's an extra $3 million.
Yes.
Just do this one fight, really put a lot of money into it. Every other episode, you have the same budget.
Yeah.
Because that's what was part of what made like Deadpool 1 so endearing is they had to be real clever. You know what I mean? About the budget stuff. And it made that movie better. Yeah. Lack of resources is actually so often the creative juice that makes every movie you love great. Like,
knowing that is a constraint decision, so they don't have to extend that set or have as many extras or whatever the reason, the budget reason is. Okay, I'll allow it.
Hide some CGI that wouldn't be as great if it wasn't obscured a little. Like, and when it matters, and it's not the kind of like, what is it? The Accountant 2 did this, where in the trailer there's no fog in a scene, and then they put fog in the actual movie, and it clearly makes it hard to tell what's going on. Mm-hmm. That I don't like. This I could still tell everything that was happening with where I needed to see it.
Oh, that's the thing is like, look, it just obscured certain details of just like the armor and like that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's like, look, when we get into we'll talk about when we get into the actual like fight between him and Aerion, I have no complaints about what I see. It's just certain things of like, before we get to the fight, I wish I could see everybody a little better, like that kind of thing.
Yes, I can agree with that.
It's like such a small complaint. The other complaint I have, I'll get into later.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about, before we move on to the armor, because I want to talk about the armor. Dunk as a character fundamentally works on me because I love the character. It's why I love Daredevil. Yeah. It's why I love Batman. It's why I love John Wick. Yeah. It's why I love like Aragorn, and like they're these characters that will just get the absolute shit kicked out of them. Yeah. Unrelentingly, and then continue to get up every time. I love that. There's something about that is so like anime and to me, you know what I mean? Like in a way that works, but it's that flash cut to get up and then he like, and oh dude, chills. So good. Yeah. So Dunk fundamentally as a character is something that's going to like cheat code me a little bit. It's very me coded.
Yes, it is.
In a way that like John was very me coded. I loved John. Anyway, that was just
until they ruined him.
And I don't even know if they ruined
Oh,
him.
they ruined him.
I tried to defend it, but I'm like, his entire last season arc was she's my queen. I don't want it, and that's it. That's all he had to do. He doesn't make a decision
for like 2.5 seasons, man.
Yeah,
he does not make
a little bit in season 7. He goes like, there's a few points where he has a couple choices he makes. I'm thinking specifically of the, I am a king. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that moment where he chooses to go against the lady with dragons while he's prisoners on her island.
Yeah.
There's a few, but I completely agree. They take a lot of the agency out of him in a way that sucks.
Yeah. anyway.
The armor.
Okay. This is some of the best armor on screen. On a screen ever. It is so fucking good.
And the storytelling within it, like,
yes, dude. Oh my god, look, Sir Stefan is such a sack of shit, but my god, that like orange apple armor is sick as fuck. He looks incredible.
Yeah.
Lionel Tyrell, or not Lionel Tyrell, Lionel Baratheon's.
Yep, he's very ornate with the antlers.
The fucking antlers is so fucking good. Yep. All of the Targaryens are dope as shit.
Yep, and the storytelling, the face on the mask, like fully encapsulating that this is who he really is this monster. And when he yields, it's because the mask gets ripped off, and he's just a scared little kid underneath this like. Yeah. Great storytelling. Storytelling. It wouldn't have worked the same if it was just like a more traditional helmet. You needed that like full encompassing character piece. Anyway.
So here is one of my two complaints. Or here's the second complaint. They make a few decisions to like dull things that are in the way that they're written in the books as opposed to like the way that they're shown on screen. Part of that is probably for like realism or something, but Arion in the books, I can't remember what his like title is, but I think it's not Bright Flame, but I think it might be Bright Flame. And so he has custom heraldry. So he has, instead of the head of the dragon being just 3 heads, that each one is a different color. And so his armor is supposed to be really colorfully ornate, with like red and orange and yellow, and like he's supposed to be this like bright, the embodiment of a
bright flame. It's bright flame.
Okay, so I got it.
Yeah.
And so he is supposed to be much more like bright and audacious in that way. I think they nail everything else about the character. I just wish, and like you mentioned it earlier, which I think is actually good to hear you say it because I didn't feel the same way, was you're like, oh, it's so much more bright and colorful. In the books, everything is much more colorful. So like the tents are all these like really, for each of the different houses are much more bright and ornate and colorful in a way that they're a little bit more toned down in the series.
I guess what I mean when I say colorful is I mean it doesn't all look like concrete.
Yes.
There's contrast and like actual, like grass really, looks like actual grass in a way that is shockingly rare.
It's so pretty. It looks so good.
I guess that's what I mean. Yes. Not necessarily in the production design, but in the actual like color grade.
Yeah.
They actually let it have color, like genuine. Usually that was one of you and I talked about all the time about House of the Dragon season 1 is like everything looked like concrete. It was boring to look at some of these places.
I think I'm going to go back and really just burn through season 1 and burn through season 2 just so I like have seen it, because there's some things that I've seen that I was like, I did not know that was going to be involved in this show. There is a character that is in the Game of Thrones series that shows up in a certain way, shape, or form in season 2, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why?
You're gonna have to tell me off mic, I guess. Like, I want to know. That
same character will show up during A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. He will be on screen and a part of the show. I may know who it is, but we're gonna wait. You might know.
Yeah. Anyway, Dunk's armor. We gotta cover Dunk's armor.
Yeah.
holy shit, I love it so much.
It's so good.
Like the rendering from what it looks like in the books or whatever to this was so well realized. But just the idea of making him so utterly simple.
Yes.
But it accentuates his size.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? In all of the best ways, where it's just chainmail, a little cover, and a basic helmet. And it's like, I love that. That's the coolest thing they could have given Dunk.
It's basic, but it's strong.
Exactly. That's why he tanks like 7 hits to his face in this with maces and chainmail and
literally.
Oh my god, so cool.
I mean,
and
like
flails. That's what I was looking for.
He takes a hit to the face from Makar. Makar is they call like one of the names for Baelor and Makar is the anvil and the hammer. Like they are supposed to be these like Makar delivers the blow on Baelor.
The hand of the king. Yeah.
The hand of the king, the prince. He's the one who Dunk tanks a hit to the face with that mace.
Yeah.
Another really interesting piece is Baelor is wearing his son's armor. He did not come with his armor because he wasn't going to ride in the tourney. So he uses his son's armor. I don't know if they say that in the show.
I don't think they did.
So but you see it. Because you see his son a couple episodes earlier when Arian is like calling a challenger. He's like, "Oh, I will leave you, cousin. I'm not gonna make you fight just yet." And that's when he calls out Humphrey Harding.
Yeah. And kills the horse, right?
And kills the horse and breaks his leg. So you see him in that armor, and then when Baelor rides up, like in the books, it's like, oh my god, I can't remember his freaking name, his son's name sitting here now. I was trying to look for it, I couldn't find it. But you see him riding up on the horse. It's like, oh my god, it's the prince's son. And no, he takes off the fucking helmet. No, it's fucking Baelor. No, it's Baelor.
And, dude, that's the part. I will stand with Sir Duncan or whatever exactly. And you're like, I just levitated into space. I think this is the coolest shit ever. I loved him. I was so bummed about him,
dude. It is like absolute. Like he is like. I keep talking about the books because again, like they just nail him. Like he is supposed to be this like. The embodiment of like what a good ruler looks like, of like what
fair,
like fair,
tactical, smart,
political, but like a good person at heart. Will fight for truth and justice in the American way. Sorry,
oh, wait a minute, the Westeros way,
the Westerosi way.
But I love that too, where he's like he's. Whatever the line is exactly, but he's like, he stood up for the innocent, something all knights should do. And you're like, oh, the validation Dunk has to feel in that moment. And the utter guilt that the next episode is going to be.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh, man. Good shit.
I was, that was so funny. When me and Meg were watching episode 5, I was like, literally, my stomach was in my throat. I was like, I literally said like 2 or 3 times, I know what's going to happen. And I am so nervous. Yeah. Like the episode ended 20 minutes ago and I was like, I am still so shaky after watching that episode. Because it's the brutality of it that I was like, whoa, this is not like...
Well, the brutality of that moment too, but the flea bottom sequence.
Yeah.
Where
is not in the books. That is completely new to the show.
But the fight in that scene is so good because it's clumsy and claustrophobic and vicious. Like when that decapitation is one of the best decapitations I've ever seen in anything.
Yes.
In terms of like my jaw, I literally went, holy shit.
Yes.
Like out loud. I was crazy to see something like that.
I mean, like the only one I can think of that he's even remotely close is Lord of the Rings. When
Lurtz, when he takes out Lurtz.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is like the only one that is in
remotely
the same stratosphere.
That one doesn't have the head dropping next to a child. Like
yes, or into a pig pen because they're cops.
Oh yeah, ayo.
I again like the casting of Baelor and Makar and Arian and Dunk and Egg across the board is perfection. Like it is just they are just so well cast. I need Lionel Baratheon in a way that is biblical, and I also need Baelor in a way that I feel weird about. Like he's Megan found a TikTok last night of like how many drinks would it take for me to sleep with them, and like Dunk, it was like dead sober. Lionel was like 1 because I'd be nervous because I know how freaky he is, and like for Baelor it was that's Dada 1 for fun.
Yeah.
Dada.
I mean, true though, a little
but
bit.
Also like yeah, no, I like, again, like they are all just so perfectly cast across the board. Like every single person. I mean, even down to the even like freaking what's his freaking name? Robin Riesling, the guy with the eye patch. He has no lines in the book, and everything that they add for him, because he's supposed to be this like legendary fighter who's like absolutely nuts. And they capture that just so fucking perfectly in the goddamn show. Like this is, I literally did the math on this. I have not felt like this about a Game of Thrones thing since 2016, since season 4 of since 20, or maybe that might have been season 5, because there's still some good stuff in season 5.
Yeah, 4 is where it peaks though. 4 is the best season of the whole
absolute
show.
Pinnacle. Season 5 has season 5 is still great. Season 6 is
hit or miss.
Hit or miss. When it hits hard.
Yeah.
And then 7 is just for me is just like kind of the beginning of the end.
7 and 8 are kind of don't watch a little bit.
Yeah. When I do a rewatch, I think I might just skip 7 and 8 genuinely.
Yeah.
Because there's just so little I like from either of those. Like there's
like 18 hours of TV or something for stuff you don't like. It's not worth it.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we need to talk about for this.
We'll cover the last episode as a B segment on the next one.
Yes.
Just like finish it out, but we wanted to talk about this soon, so because we're really into it. I just think more like this, more shows period like this, where they're really small, really contained. The other thing I want to point out is that at different points in everyone's life, they either want to be a samurai, a cowboy, or a knight. And I've been big O samurai mood since I played Ghost of Tsushima, and now I'm kind of shifting back to I want a sword and a shield.
Fucking hell yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's that level of influence on me.
Yeah.
In a way that I think is really rad. But great show. Watch this. Rewatch it.
It made me love this series again.
I know. Yeah.
Like, I was so disillusioned for so long. I mean, even when it came to the books and stuff, because everything with George R. R. Martin and all that kind of stuff. It made me love this series that is, again, probably my biggest fandom when it comes to like just hours spent. I have spent more time in this world than any other. I mean, like maybe except for Star Wars, but I don't think I don't know. Man.
Star Wars is the lifetime. Like, you can watch Star Wars as a kid. Yeah. You can't watch Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Like, you've had a lifetime of Star Wars, and the fact that it would even be close is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, in as far as my appreciation for it, Game of Thrones like far exceeds it at this point.
Star Wars has been a bit of a abusive relationship.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways in the past few years.
Since I was a kid and I loved the prequels, and then when I grew older, I didn't love the prequels as much as I did, and then I've grown to appreciate them again. I mean, like the entire sequel series, I have like so many feelings on, and then there's so much in there that I have so many feelings about, so much mixed in a way that look, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of mixed feelings about A Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones, specifically the television series, and George R. R. Martin as a whole at this point. Anyway, I love this shit. Please go watch it.
Yeah, like this feels a bit for me like Andor felt. Yeah. But Andor was kind of my last hurrah with Star Wars in a lot of ways, where it's like, I will still watch Star Wars stuff. I will not sit here and be excited about Star Wars stuff anymore. Yeah. And that has held true in that, like, other little micro Star Wars things that I've missed. I've been like, I don't really want to go watch it. Like, I maybe one day. But I'm not looking forward to anything they have coming. And this feels a bit like Game of Thrones. We'll see how it holds up, and we'll see where Game of Thrones goes from here. But this feels my like last hurrah with Game of Thrones as a HBO product. Yeah, because it's so good.
The thing that I am really excited about, and the thing I genuinely love, smaller budget. I'm so okay with that. So okay with it. If this show doesn't need a fucking whatever. I can't even remember how much it was in the end. It was like they had $1 billion seasons at the end, I think. Or no, it wasn't that much. But they had, I mean, it was the last couple of seasons were so fucking expensive.
Yeah, like $500 million at least. Like
yeah. And now it didn't need it. It would have been better. It would have been better without it. Yeah. And I mean, like that's the thing is like the first season had no budget and was so much better.
Yeah. Stranger Things followed the same trajectory.
Yeah.
When they had to scrape for it, they made cooler stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, anyway.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms rocks.
Let's do the B segment, and then we'll do like a B.5 segment on what you know about the future, and if we want to talk about any of the future with some of these characters. Yeah. So B segment. We haven't done a game like this in a minute. Obviously, we've talked a lot about Game of Thrones. And I just want to do a little quiz and see how well you remember the show.
Sick.
I did the quiz ahead of time, and I think I only missed 2 questions, and one of them was a misclick.
Funny.
One of them is like, man, that's a bullshit question, but like the rest of them I think are fairly easy. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What is the surname given to bastards born in Dorne? It's multiple choice, but I'll give you the multiple choices if you ask.
I want the multiple choices. I'm trying to... which one is Dorne first?
Dorne? Like, which one is it?
Yeah, like, which houses come from there?
Martell. That's the southern...
Okay.
Yeah.
I need the multiple choices. Yeah.
Waters, sand, rivers, stone.
Isn't it rivers?
It is not.
Oh, fuck. Okay, then I know it's not sand. It's stone?
Nope.
Oh, so it's waters?
Nope.
What is it? What is
sand? They're the southern. Dorne is like Mediterranean and.
Oh wait, okay. I did not realize the Tyrells, because that's I was thinking sand snake. That's Pedro.
Yeah. He's Martell. He's Oberyn Martell.
Martell. I was thinking Tyrell. Like,
did I say Tyrell?
Maybe we'll run that back.
Run the tape.
Anyway, we'll call that a me messed up. I should have known, but still.
The mountain is the nickname for which character? Gregor Clegane.
It's Gregor.
Sandor.
Gregor Clegane. I remember Clegane, and I could not remember.
You got that one right, but it said it was wrong. Why did it say it was wrong?
What are the other?
Okay, sorry, I'm clicking through. You got that right. That was right. Okay, whatever. We'll skip through. Who is the Lord Commander of the King's Guard at the beginning of Game of Thrones? Loras Tyrell, Jaime Lannister, Barristan Selmy, Jeor Mormont. The King's Guard.
What was the third name?
Barristan Selmy.
Yeah, it's Selmy, right? It's Barristan Selmy.
Sir Barristan.
The guy who I won't say that. That's a spoiler for Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Ignore me.
Who was Marjorie Tyrell's first husband?
Oh, first husband.
Tommen Baratheon, Joffrey Baratheon, Stannis Baratheon, Renly Baratheon.
Tommen. It's Tommen Baratheon, right? Because then he gets ghost killed.
Not Tommen.
I'm bad at this. Which one's Tommen?
Tommen was the young one who does a backflip off the. He's the one who kills himself.
But he's actually he's not actually a Baratheon. That's just the
right. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm mistaken.
Who is known as the King Beyond the Wall? The Night King, Tormund Giantsbane, Stannis Baratheon, or Mance Rayder?
Mance Rayder.
Yeah, Mance Rayder. There you go. How many times has Sansa Stark been married? None, 1, twice, 3 times.
Twice.
You are correct.
Yeah.
Who's the ruler of the Iron Islands at the beginning of Game of Thrones? Euron Greyjoy, Aeron Greyjoy, or Aaron Greyjoy, Yara Greyjoy, or Balon Greyjoy?
Is it Balon?
It is Balon. Correct.
Okay, yeah.
Who is the Mad King's firstborn son? Aegon, Rhaegar, Aemon, or Viserys?
It's not Viserys because he was the one that lived with Daenerys.
Right.
What were the other names again?
Aegon, Rhaegar, and Aemon.
Isn't it Rhaegar?
It is Rhaegar. Correct.
Yeah.
Who delivered the fatal blow to the king in the north, Robb Stark? Ramsay Bolton, Walder Frey, Roose Bolton, or Alyssa Thorne?
It was Roose Bolton.
Yeah. That's the one I got wrong because I misclicked and clicked Ramsay on accident.
Oh, yeah.
Grey Worm and Missandei became allies of Daenerys Targaryen after she liberated the slaves of which city? Meereen, Yunkai, Astapor, Karth.
Karth.
Incorrect.
Meereen?
Incorrect.
Okay, I don't know what it is then. What are the other two?
Astapor.
Astapor. I haven't seen this show since 2020, I think.
Yeah. What is the name of the royal executioner who beheaded Eddard Stark for treason? Ser Janis Slynt, Meryn Trant, Ilyn Payne, or Beric Dondarrion?
Ilyn Payne?
You are correct.
Okay.
Which rival king attempted to take King's Landing during the Battle of the Blackwater? Balon Greyjoy, Robb Stark, Renly Baratheon, or Stannis Baratheon?
Stannis.
Yep. All right. How many questions? 8 questions remain. Who was the fool who helped Sansa Stark escape King's Landing after King Joffrey's death?
The fool?
Yes. Mord, Dauntus Hollard, Vardis Egan, or Edison Tollett?
There's not a singular chance I know this, so Mord?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, I literally can't even picture this person in my mind.
Sir Dauntus. He was he was like the heavy guy who was like I think he was, I don't remember. He was a knight or something, and then Joffrey turned him into a fool. What city does Samwell Tarly travel to in order to train as a maester? Sunspear, Gulltown, Old Town, or Highgarden?
Highgarden is the Tyrell place, isn't it?
Correct.
Okay, so it's not what were the other ones? The
Sunspear, Gulltown, or Old Town?
Isn't it Old Town?
It is indeed Old Town.
Okay, yeah.
The wildling Gilly has a son. Who is the father? Samwell Tarly, Craster, Tormund Giantsbane, or Jeor Mormont?
Samwell Tarly.
Is it Sam?
Isn't it? Gilly? Oh, no, Gilly. Wait. Who does she...
It's not Sam. Sam is like the adoptive father.
Did we know who... Read the other names again?
Craster, Tormund Giantsbane, Jeor Mormont.
It's Craster then, isn't it?
It's Craster. Yeah,
I don't remember who Craster is.
Craster's he's the wildling who like holds the... Yeah,
right.
like
you know what though? Sam is the father that stepped up.
He's the father that stepped up. Damn straight.
Yeah.
In which city does Arya Stark train to become a faceless man? Meereen, Braavos, Astapor, or Pentos?
Isn't Braavos the name of a guy?
I don't think so.
Then it's Braavos, right?
It's Braavos.
Okay.
There are characters that have similar names to Braavos.
Yeah,
I'm not thinking of any of them. The Braavosi is like a people. Thoros of Myr is responsible for reviving which character from the dead? Sandor Clegane, Beric Dondarrion, Jon Snow, or Gregor Clegane?
It's either Gregor or What's the second name? I forget.
Beric Dondarrion.
Isn't it Beric Dondarrion? Are we talking about the dude who comes back to life?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
It's Beric.
Yeah.
Beric Dondarrion is such a good name.
Great. I love him.
In season 4, who does Tywin Lannister plan to marry his daughter Cersei to? Euron Greyjoy, Loras Tyrell, Peter Baelish, or Oberyn Martell?
Loras Tyrell, right?
Correct. Davos Seaworth grew up in the slums of which city? King's Landing, Lannisport, Old Town, or Gulltown?
Was it Lannisport?
Nope.
King's Landing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's also from what the fuck is it called? Flea Bottom. He's from the same place that Dunk is.
Yeah.
What relation is Lyanna Mormont to Jorah Mormont? Sister, niece, daughter, cousin. This is the one that I got wrong. So Lyanna Mormont is like the little girl, and Jorah
Bella Ramsey.
Yeah. And Jorah Mormont
cousins,
is
right? Yeah,
they
Jorah.
are cousins. I put niece because I wasn't sure. They are cousins, correct? Let me see which freaking question. Oh, that was a misclick on my part. There was Gerald Clegane and Gregor Clegane. I accidentally clicked Gerald Clegane.
Yeah.
So you got that one correct. That was a misclick on my part. So you
bad. I did real bad.
You did good in the end.
Okay.
So that is my Game of Thrones quiz. Go rewatch the show if you feel like hating yourself.
Clearly, I need to.
Clearly, you need to a little bit.
Yeah. Clearly, I'm due for a rewatch or a read. I should probably just read them.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the future of these characters? This is like high spoiler territory.
I know the vagueness of it. I don't want to get too in depth.
Okay.
Because I know certain characters like Egg. I know Egg's lineage.
Yeah.
And I know obviously it's said in Game of Thrones what Dunk becomes.
Yeah.
So it's like I know the vagaries. I don't want to know too much.
Oh, I'm not going to go into specifics. It's what if it's more or less like, do you know what happens to these two characters? Is more or less.
I don't know the end. I mean, I don't know the end. I know like
I won't even cover that.
The head of where they go. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see. I'm sure before the end of this, I will have this spoiled for me. But
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, this is like it is mentioned in the show. What happens to at least Egg? We know what happens to Egg.
The prophecy thing.
No. I mean, like in terms of so I mean, just so Aemon in the what's the Maester Aemon at the wall in the north is Egg's brother.
Yeah.
And the Egg becomes king.
And I knew about that, and I know who Egg's grandson is.
Yeah,
great grandson.
Yeah, I mean, Egg is the grandfather, great grandfather to Daenerys and all of them.
Yeah. Well, the Mad King is his.
Yeah. Like Egg is the fourth son of the fourth son, so he is known as Aegon the Unlikely because there was like no world where he would have become king, and yet
doesn't he become kind of a beloved ruler?
He is a good ruler for a long time. He is troubled. Like there is I think the like last Blackfire Rebellion happens during his reign, if I'm not mistaken. And he is he's troubled because he is, I mean, like through his time with Dunk has a greater appreciation for the small folk. So he does a lot of reform to give small folk more power that they didn't previously have, and that like upsets lords and like so his rule is troubled, but he is a good ruler and one that is looked on fondly. And then as also mentioned in the series, we know that Duncan becomes Lord Commander of the Kingsguard.
Yeah, and then doesn't Barrister Selmy beat him in a duel when he was like 16, right? That's how he became Lord Commander? I
think that's how he became renowned. I don't think he would have taken the
spot, the leader.
Yeah, like that's it. It's like once you have to be, you die in that post. Like you die as the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard.
Well, sort of, because they remove him.
Well, they remove Barristan Selmy. they keep Barristan. So Barristan Selmy was the Lord Commander, I guess after Dunk. And there might have been one in between there. And he was the Lord Commander under the Targaryens, and Baratheon kept him because he is so renowned and is such an incredible fighter.
But then
Cersei removes him and is like, it is such a slight to his honor. That's why he goes to find Daenerys. Like, that is like such a thing that does not happen.
Yeah, crazy to upseat maybe the most renowned swordsman currently in Westeros. Like,
the thing that one of the things that the show like absolutely fucks up is Barristan, because even at his old age, he is still the best fighter. Maybe like at that time, maybe it is. I can't remember at what point. Like, I mean, like until Jaime loses his hand. After Jaime loses his hand, it's probably Barristan again. Like,
so you are camp. Jaime is as good as he really seems.
Oh, Jaime is one of the best fighters while he is two-handed. He is the best fighter.
I have no doubt that Jaime is as good as is a great fighter. I to this day question if he was ever that good, or if Ned's dig at him was true. Where he just was really good at choosing opponents.
No, he is like a genuinely very legendary fighter.
Because like in that fight, at least the show frames it, in my opinion, like Ned was going to win that fight.
Yeah, I'm more or less talking from a book perspective.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah, like because I'm just kind of a Jaime hater for so long, and then I'm not a Jaime hater, and then I'm back to being a Jaime hater.
Yeah. I mean, I think Jaime kills like 20 people before being captured by the Starks. Like,
yeah. I have no doubt that he's great, like an incredible swordsman. I just have always questioned because he's like really sick and weak at that point, but Brienne of Tarth beats him.
Yeah, barely. Like, and she's full strength in armor. Yeah. And twice his size, and he is chained and weak, and still almost wins that fight.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't mean to completely downplay him. I just, there's been hints and things that I'm like, is he as good as he thinks he is? But then again, we never really actually see him fight other than once with both hands at full strength.
Yeah, I mean, like he is like a absolutely legendary fighter.
Yeah,
like,
and my reason for saying that, there's been a debate going on right now of if Jaime would beat Aragorn, because George R.R. Martin was like Jaime would beat Aragorn, and I'm sorry, that's not true in any way whatsoever.
Who knows? I do.
Like Jaime is a great swordsman. Aragorn is a battle-hardened 85. He's just had more time to be great at it. He's bigger, especially if you're talking book Aragorn, who's like 6'5" and like just the greatest fighter there is. Kind of like that debate is silly to me. Then people started debating which world would win if they went to war with each other. And I was like, Lord of the Rings would win. What are we talking about exactly? Like. But
I'm trying to think in terms of like the size of like army sizes. Because like I think the armies it depends on if we're also including Essos. If we're just including Westeros, Lord of the Rings would probably win. If we're including the armies of Essos, but I think it'd be a good fight.
You know what I mean? The elves with their like mystical precision, and
that's fair.
You know what I mean? You add all those things, the way more types of creatures and monsters. Yeah. You know, like cave trolls, the Balrog, like you just take everything you can throw at each other. There's more to me in. I
think the dragons are more destructive in.
I completely agree with that, but I think there are more things in Lord of the Rings that could take out a dragon. They already have the types of weapons they use. They already have all kinds of
arrow bolts or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
They in Game of Thrones,
elves have all kinds of different mechanisms, and dwarves have all kinds of different mechanisms.
Yeah,
and,
that's true.
Anyway, that's a debate for another time. But
it's an interesting debate.
It is an interesting debate for sure. I'm just more of a Lord of the Rings guy.
Yeah.
Like I unabashedly adore Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I abashedly adore it. I'm not unabashed. I am bashed. I'm just kidding.
You're okay.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, moving on. Do we want to do recommendations?
Yeah. I have a relevant one. Well, I have relevant two.
Yeah.
The books, obviously. Go read.
Mm-hmm.
Go read A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, the novellas. It's The Hedge Knight. I can't remember the second one. Can't remember the title. The second one is probably my least favorite of the three. And go read The Mystery Knight. The Mystery Knight is also really cool and really interesting. There's a lot of like intrigue and that was the other thing I was going to mention is we'll talk about that off pod about like what character shows up in both and maybe all three, which is insane. Go read the books. I mean, like, go read the actual A Song of Ice and Fire series as well. Those books are incredible, incredibly long. If you want to listen to the audiobooks, I highly recommend them. The audiobooks read by Roy Dotrice. Roy Dotrice is one of the best audiobook readers, voice artists, voice actors in the world. Like, the way he captures these characters with both, male, female, and across the gender spectrum. The way he captures these characters so perfectly is genuinely phenomenal, and I genuinely love the audiobooks. The other thing I'd recommend is Alt Shift X. It's a YouTube channel that does lore breakdowns and all this kind of stuff about Game of Thrones. He also has a series about The Expanse. He also has a series about Dune. Those are really, really good and cool. But goes so in depth on the world as like he's kind of started during the run of the show, and it was a little bit more kind of comparison-y between the show and the books and like how, and then like at a certain point he skews more into the theories of the future of the book franchise with some comparisons to the way it's represented in the show. He has a series called The Real, so it's like The Real Jon Snow, The Real Tyrion Lannister. Mm-hmm. Those two, I can't remember if there's a third one in that series or not. Those two are genuinely incredible, and I cannot recommend them enough. He also does episode by episode breakdowns of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms and like House of the Dragon, and he did the same thing for the last couple episodes of the Game of Thrones series. Can't recommend that channel enough. I absolutely love it. He also has some stuff on Nebula. So if you're a Nebula subscriber, you can go subscribe on Nebula as well. Things that are relevant but not relevant. I've been watching a lot of TV recently. TV's back, boys. TV's back.
TV's back.
I just finished season 2 of Fallout.
Right. Is it over?
Season 2 just wrapped up like last week.
Okay, I gotta binge it. I only watched the first 2.
I really, really like a lot of it. I don't love all of it. I think it ends a little. It ends on a low note, or maybe not a low note, kind of a quiet note. But I think the series is really great, and I'm going to continue watching it. I really, really like it. I think what Fallout does in terms of like a continuation to a long, very, very deep video game series. I think like what Fallout is doing in the world of a video game series is what more video game adaptations should be. Yeah. Because like it is such a love note to the games while also having a story and not just remaking it. Yeah. It is a continuation of the story and has connections to the original games without being like incredibly direct and it's really great. I genuinely love it. I've also been rewatching Severance. I don't know why.
This is incredible.
It's just so fucking good. I'm like 3/4 of the way through the first season again. God damn it, that show's so fucking good. And then last, I watched the first half of the 4th season of Bridgerton, and I hate the way that Netflix does this shit now. And so I have to wait another like 2 full weeks before I get the second half of the season.
Yeah. Be a binge model or be a week to week. Just pick one.
Be one or be nothing. Like fuck off. Like I just do week to week. Just do week to week. I don't understand. Like I know Netflix is built on the binge thing. But if you're gonna, this is so fucking annoying because I binge 4 episodes and then I'm annoyed for a month and a half. And then I watched the second one.
From the perspective of being annoyed for a month and a half.
Yeah, it's like I'm going to forget things in that time too, which is really fucking annoying. Like that's
what happened with Stranger Things. Stranger Things, I was like, I don't remember any of what's going on.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the fact that we're like 5 fucking years in between seasons, I forgot everything that happened in season 4. That is another thing I really like about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is they have said they want it to become an annual thing. Like no 5-year
TV
gaps.
used to be. Yeah,
just an annual thing. They said like we want to go for like 20 seasons. Like
which is crazy.
Which is crazy. But I'm very here for it. I mean, like George knows like what he wants from like their entire like story arc. Like he knows where they kind of begin. I mean, obviously, as we talked a little bit in kind of the spoilery section, we know where they're gonna head. He knows a lot about what these characters. The kid who plays Egg acts in an interview accidentally or very much on purpose spoiled a huge thing about the future of these characters beyond what has been public in books and things. So
I heard about it. I did not necessarily know what the spoiler was. I just heard that happened and that the actor who plays Dunk, was in the interview like,
yeah.
That's George R. R. Martin's fault for telling a 9-year-old. Like,
no fucking joke.
It's not that kid's fault. That kid's
Why are you telling kids, go write, George? Go finish go finish anything. A motherfucker has not finished a solo book since 2013.
I know.
Go finish a book, George, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Anyway,
my recommendations. Iron Lung, the Markiplier video game adaptation, is a like monumental win for independent cinema and self-distribution because he self-distributed it, which means the $30 million that it's made is like predominantly going to him, is my understanding. Great for that guy. I am not a Markiplier guy. I've never watched a Markiplier video. I knew nothing about this movie when I went in, and it's pretty good. Like the movie itself, pretty good.
Yeah, I was aware of the video game, and obviously I was aware of Markiplier. I've seen a bunch of clips and stuff, but I don't think I've ever watched a Markiplier video.
Yeah,
seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, that's the thing is it is just a pretty cool movie that takes a lot of big swings. It looks really good for how low budget it is, and huge win. Anytime it's the same thing with Milk and Cereal and Shelby Oaks and all. Did you, like, by the way, have you been watching I did the trailers for Obsession, the new Curry Barker movie who made Milk and Cereal?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, really good. Really good.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that movie is apparently great. But anyway, it's anything like that. We have a new Raimi, Send Help.
Yeah.
Is super fun.
I have heard universally fun, good things about that. I saw the trailer for that and I was like, that looks dope. Like, I'm so in.
Total blast of a movie. It is so Raimi. It is so fun. I'm really into it. I have been down the last couple of weeks, a little bit of a rut, and so I have been putting on a lot of things in the background. And the thing I've been putting on in the background the most is Dropout shit. Game Changer is the quickest way to like cheer me up, I guess, now. I watched specifically the 1 year later episode.
That one's a good one.
Maybe my favorite episode I've seen.
Ooh, fascinating.
There was something about the very specific difference the three of them had in all of their bits that like really just tickled me. And I really like all three of those players. I really like Vic, Lou, and Jacob.
Jacob is genuinely one of my favorite people on the planet. I think he's
hysterical.
Absolutely hilarious. He has a very, very special place in my heart because he also lost his mom fairly recently.
Yeah.
And they were also close. And so like, I'm just like, I feel you, brother. I feel you. I love him so much. He's so fucking funny.
I really, so that one, I watched the Bingo one, which has just a splendid twist in it.
That one's so good. Yeah.
The level of anger Brennan had for that one made me really happy.
Yeah.
And just Sam Reich. You know this about me. There's something about Sam Reich that just captured my heart and mind. I'm obsessed with him. He needs to play Jigsaw in the next Saw movie.
He's already playing Jigsaw.
He's already playing Jigsaw. This has been his audition tape. Anyway, those are my recommendations. Nothing too big. Nothing. Oscars are coming up, so catch up on your Oscars movies so you can stay informed.
We'll be doing predictions soon.
Next episode or two, probably.
Probably.
But yeah, that's all I got. Other than that, Night of Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones shit. Everything. All of it. You got movies, you got books, you got shows. So you should go do those things. Or I don't know, live your life.